Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. I wanted to make a quick video to talk to you for a few minutes about preparing your home for what you're about to do in the next 3 weeks. Sandy talked to you yesterday quite a bit about preparing your mind and getting the correct mindset ready. And, she was very forthcoming about talking to you about, the things that'll be hard and, that it's not always easy, but it's so worth it. And she's right. But there's some things that we can do to help ease your mind and ease yourself into this. And one of the first things to do is to prepare your home. And what I mean by that is to obviously get rid of all the stuff in your home that are temptation foods for you to begin with. So, like for me, it's Oreos and peanut M&Ms and, chips. Like I can't have that stuff here because when it's here, I have no willpower. And that's pretty much how every human being is. It takes a lot of determination in your brain in order to have willpower. And let's be honest, you can only have so much. And at a certain point in time, your brain goes, I'm tired of fighting. And you give in to your temptations. That's why people who are on these really, really super strict diets and they cut out like whole food groups, they can only do it for so long. And then they give in and they, feed into that temptation because they're tired. They're tired of, trying so hard to avoid those things. So we can do some things to help set us up for success so that that doesn't happen. And one of the things that we can do is to get rid of the things in your refrigerator and in your pantry that are temptations for you. And so what I always tell challengers to do is go through your cupboard, identify those trigger foods, those foods that you just can't, they're there, you're going to eat them, and get rid of them. And same thing with your fridge. And people will say to me, but my family eats these things. And I get that. I have 2 kids, and there are certain things that if I did not purchase them at the grocery store, we'd have like a mutiny on our hands here. So I understand that there's some things that you're not going to be able to get rid of, and you will have to fight through the willpower for some of those things. But there's probably quite a bit that you buy every week that you buy because it's a habit. You buy because you just buy it, like it's just what you do. Like I know for us, it was Ritz crackers. Like I was buying them almost every time I went to the grocery store. And if they're here, I want to eat them. And, so does the family. But when they're not here, it's no big deal. So you have to think about like those things that that you can avoid, that you don't need, that your family really doesn't need, and those things that you can just you don't need to buy them anymore. So you need to identify what those are and you need to get rid of them. And I know it's hard to throw away food. Give it to somebody that will eat it then if you have a hard time throwing it away. But I'm not kidding you when I tell you to get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Get it out of your house. And the second thing that we do when we're preparing our house is we make sure that, and this kind of goes into a little bit of stuff we're going to talk about later in the week as far as meal prepping goes. But when you do go to the grocery store and you bring the food home, I'm going to really, really strongly encourage you to prep the food right away. Like vegetables, cut them up, pre-portion them, put them in bags or containers, whatever you have. Get them ready to go so that they're ready, easy to grab. Do the same thing with your fruit, have it cut, washed, ready to go. That's part of prepping your home too, because that means that you have handy snacks that are good for you at your fingertips, and you're less likely to grab for those things that, you don't really need. And then the last thing I want to talk about with prepping your home is where's your workout space going to be? For some of us, we have designated areas in the house for working out, and that's awesome if you do, but not everybody does. If it's going to be your living room, then fine, then that's great. But you want to make sure that you have like your weights, your bands, the DVDs, whatever you need. You want to have those things right there handy. So if you have to like hide them under a chair or under the table, or they're in a closet in a nearby room, wherever they are, you want to have those things ready because you have 30 minutes to do your workout. And I don't know about you, but I don't have a whole lot of extra time. I leave myself just enough time to get the workout in. So you don't want to spend your time running around the house looking for whatever it is you need. Same thing with the DVDs. If you're using DVDs, you need to have them handy on whatever you're playing them on, a player or a computer, whatever. You need to have them ready to go so that you're not spending half of your time looking for your stuff. So those are some of the things that we do to prep our house. We prep it by getting rid of the stuff out of your pantry and your refrigerator that are temptation foods. prepping the foods as they come into the house when you do go grocery shopping. And don't worry, we're going to talk more about, you know, what you're going to buy when you go, and I'm going to give you some food lists and things like that as we go. But just sort of be thinking about that this week as you go in your fridge and in your pantry. What are those trigger foods? What are those foods that you know that you're gonna give in if they're there? Get rid of them. And then finally, also, you know, make sure that you have your designated workout space, that place where you're going to work out, and you have all the things that you need nearby so that you're not hunting and searching. So that is all for today. Just something to start to think about. When you have watched this video, do me a favor and post below with where your workout area is going to be in your house. And I want you also to post at least 2, maybe 3 of those trigger foods that you know you got to get out of the house or you got to not buy this week. Do me a favor and post those things below, and I will talk to y'all soon.